Hello, hello. Welcome to your Sunday night power plan. We have 1 week left of July, like 1 week. And in my brain, I had already jumped ahead. Like I was talking to my husband earlier and I was treating tomorrow like it was August 1st. And I was like, wait, we have a week. So that's just how fast everything keeps going. But so with the last week in front of us, I want to talk about using the last week wisely, not giving up on goals, not giving up on the promo that the company has out right now. The fact that they extended that 400, the VIP 400 thing, that was pretty awesome of them to do. I really feel like they know. Well, I know they know because they know it's summer. They know this is traditionally a rough time for people trying to just get people to commit. And they know that, and they're doing everything possible they can to help push us to where we need to go. So we'll talk about that tonight. I want to talk about using detox to grow your business. I want to talk about some creative ideas that I have heard from people on the team to grow your business that I think I want to share with everybody. So that's our agenda. And I should have probably wrote that down as I said it. Anyway. All right. So you guys, tomorrow is an auto ship day. Tomorrow is the last auto ship day of the month. So we're going to go ahead and do our rate of run right now. And we're going to have a pretty accurate number. Let me get logged. Okay. You're going to get logged into your cloud if you have a secondary device. Right there on that home screen, you're going to scroll down till you see business snapshot. You got to get past all these trackers that we have right now. It'll say my business dashboard, and under that it says business snapshot. Click the arrow so it drops down for you. Mine's thinking. Okay, and then you're going to see the green, the orange, the gray, and then a bar that says qualifications. About halfway down that qualification bar, a little bit longer, it says current QV. That is the total dollar amount that you and everybody under you, all the customers you have, all the promoters you have, all the customers they have, all the referrals that people have brought. That is the total that you and your entire team have sold so far. So you're going to take that dollar amount and you're going to divide it by 24 because we're on the 24th day of the month. So we are trying to find out on average how much you and your team are selling per day. So now take that smaller number and multiply it by 31 because we have 31 days this month to sell. And you are now looking at a much larger number. And that is what you are projected to end your month at. So I know I see familiar faces, so I won't go through all this over and over. But just in case there's people watching this for the first time on the replay, your rate of run is not a death sentence. It's also not a winning ribbon. It is just what you're on track to do if everything keeps going the way it's been going. And if you've been in sales any longer than 24 hours, you'll know that just because you're having a great run doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. You're going to have ebbs and flows. So maybe you've had a really rough first few weeks, but you guys, this last week of July, I don't know about you, but when I'm like on social media, just for the fun part of social media, I'm seeing so much stuff about back to school. People are in the mindset. I saw over the weekend, I saw a bunch of like football teams were having their kickoff barbecues and swim fests. And I know my nephews are back in football. They were watching film last night. Like it's shifting. So maybe the first 3 weeks were hard. Maybe this last week is going to be the time. Like people are going to start thinking about this. And we'll talk about how to kind of gear them in that direction too. But so if your rate of run looks great, awesome. Congratulations. Good for you. Don't mess up this last week. Keep your foot on the pedal and keep going. If it doesn't look great, it's not over. It's not over till it's over. Until you wake up on August 1st at 12:01 a.m. when everyone's at a big old goose egg, that's when it's over. Okay. So use your rate of run as a piece of education to help push you forward. Hopefully you haven't waited, but just in case you have, let's get either back into our cloud or just still in your cloud. But this time we're going to go to the main menu. We want all the options where it says home, settings, orders. You're going to go to the option that says my team. You're going to scroll till you see my customers. It's going to populate it for you by customer number, but we don't really care about that right now. What we want to do is scroll all the way to the right to where you see the box that says next auto ship. Click that box twice. And if you look down that list and see anybody that says 725, that's tomorrow, that means they're going to get an auto ship tomorrow. So please, please, please just write their name. Just see who it is, write their name down and get off the Zoom. You can catch the recording later. You need to go talk to these people now. see how they're doing. How did their weekend go? Hey, by the way, your auto ship is coming out tomorrow. And I know you've been sticking to chocolate. Do you want to mix it up? Some like, summer, do you want to mix it up to strawberry? Or, hey, I saw you had so much going on. The kids are back in football. You're going to be out doing a whole lot more. And as or do you want to add the Activate back to your orders? Like whatever the heck it is that you know about this person, make it about them. Leave it up to them, offer them the choice, but let them know it's coming out tomorrow morning. Because if you don't, and they have forgotten and somebody gets hit with a charge tomorrow, guess who they're going to be mad at? Even though it's their responsibility, they're going to be mad at you. So if you have anybody with 725, we'll talk to you later. Get off the Zoom, catch the replay. Okay. So for those of you that have already done your reach outs for that, while you're in the screen, you can also go ahead and look for anybody that has an 8.5. And you can go ahead and get them and put them on your reach out list. Oh, what did I do? I left my blank 54321 in the bedroom. That's where I was working on earlier. But you guys know what it looks like, right? Anyway, go ahead and put the 8.5s, August 5th people on your reach out list or your follow-up list part of your reach outs for Monday or Tuesday. Start having conversations with them. Don't wait until the day before to be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, by the way, you gotta, like, I know right now, if you have to, but we try to be helpful, not just salesy. So that's how you find your customers. Okay. So I feel like that's all like the, the standard things that we like to do here. We get back to the promotion here. Okay. So as you know, they have extended the VIP reset. Oh, that's why my phone literally just pulled up the old promo. Hang on. Let me go to my email history and pull up the new one. I just hit it on my tracker and it pulled up the old one for some reason. Okay. It's a glitch. It's a glitch is what we call it. All right. Email history. Okay. Here we go. Nope. That's not it either. Dagnabbit. Okay. Sizzling July closeout. This is what I've been trying to open for the last 2 minutes. It feels like. So they have extended the VIP 400 and order for freebies. So they're being very kind, offering the 400 VIP again. So remember that is one customer and one auto ship customer, one promoter order. And you guys, the fact that these don't have to be promoter packs, they can be individual items is mind boggling for your promoters. That takes a lot of stress off. And then they're also adding in the customer and promoter orders of $200 or greater. They're doing the free shipping, the free bottle of balance, and throwing in credits. Customer and promoters orders over 400, free shipping, free bottle of balance, $100 in Thrive credits, plus a free bottle of Sculpt. Like that's a lot of freebies. And then the month-end performance bonus is $500 $500 bonus on top of standard commissions when you generate $1,000 in QV for PPA order volume. Real quick, I had somebody reach out today and say, what does PPA mean? So just in case you don't know, I've always called it personal performance activity. Regardless of what word somebody uses to say what PPA is, what it is, when you see those letters and the number next to it, that is the volume from someone's first ever order. So if you have a customer who's ordered for several years and they flip to promoter and they place their first promoter order, that is not PPA because that is not the first time they've ever ordered. It's the very first order that ever hit someone's account. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, this promo still confuses me. Well, that's why I wanted to read it because I didn't want to try to do it off of memory because it's very layered, I will say. So you have the bonus on top of that, paid out as $300 cash and $200 in credits. So when they say the $500 bonus, you're going to get part actual cash and part bonus or part credits. And when they did this the last time where they split it up, it was so exciting. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 years and it was so exciting for me still to see the $200 in credits hit my account. Like $200, that's a lot of free shipping or a lot of $50 off for newbies. I mean, when you get credits, you can get really creative with helping people get started. So don't let the fact that it is a confusing layered promo throw you off. Spend time with it. Because I know when I was fairly new, they had a promo that came out, which we now all know as double triple. But in the moment, I was just like, huh, what? It literally made no sense to me. I was thoroughly overwhelmed and confused. And so I just let it go. I just stuck with what I knew and I just let it go. And then it was probably 3 or 4 months later, it came back and then I knew the business better. So I understood it better. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I missed that the first time. But I just was overwhelmed. I didn't take the time to really read and try to figure it out. And I'm really stubborn, so I didn't take the time to ask questions. And so I missed that opportunity. So if you're looking at this promo, maybe you're brand new and you're like, I don't even understand what half of these words mean, reach out to your upline or me, since I'm on this Zoom with you, reach out and ask us so we can break it down and help you understand it. But always know, I shouldn't say always, but in life, always, Le-Vel is going to push you and help you when you're going for new people, right? The new people are what keep creating business. I don't know how many of you have ever had 1 or 2 promoters on your team and you're like, sweet, this is awesome. We've got a team, we're growing, we're doing things. And then they disappear because you were excited about the 2 people and you weren't constantly looking for newbies. We've all been there. Le-Vel is always looking for newbies. They are always in the building stage. They're always creating and adding. And so anytime they're going to throw out a promo, the majority of the time it's going to be based on bringing in new people. So that's where that VIP 400 comes from. And then the sheer fact that they are still helping and taking care of existing people with the customer promoter with the freebies. Also, again, I think that's awesome. So if you don't know where to find, this will be a nice little tip for your training too. For those of you that are new, have you ever been scrolling through like maybe your team page and somebody posts a promo and you're like, well, I don't have any information about that. Is that real? Did they make that up? Is that their promo they're doing, or was this corporate? All you have to do is go into your cloud and go into the main menu where you get all the options, go down to resources, and then click email history. And every official corporate email that you would have received in your inbox, there is a copy of it right there waiting on you. So, like sometimes maybe you delete an email, or sometimes you're out and about and you're trying to scroll through 8 days worth of emails to find something. You don't have to do that. Just go into your cloud, go under resources, go to email history, and they'll all be there. I use the email history for that so often because I just can't keep track of all the stuff. Okay, so now see, I knew I should have written down all the things I wanted to talk about. So we saw the promo going on. We have 1 week left of the month. For your, I know what it was. So I was talking about how like on social media, I'm noticing more and more and more that people are starting to think about back to school. Sports are getting fired up. If you've been to Target or Walmart, it's all out. Like they're ready for you to come spend all your money for your kids. So play up on that, you guys. We're promoters. We're in marketing. I personally dread with every inch of my body back to school because I have like PTSD, whatever it is from when I went to school. And I feel like summer is going to be over and life's going to end, but it's okay. We're going to use that to our advantage. Okay. So we're going to talk about back to school. We're going to talk about changing routines. We're going to talk about getting those kids up early. We're going to talk about having energy at the end of the day to get the kid to practice, to still feed the kid when they get home, to still help them with their homework. Moms and dads are about to be stressed to their eyeballs, and they know it. Those of you on here that are moms with kids, you know it. PTSD as a teacher. Yes, right. No more Sunday scaries. Yeah. I still have the end of summer scaries. It's like so ingrained in me, I guess. But it's okay to start talking about that. Hey, moms, I know it's back to school time. I know the teams are getting together, whatever it is that you're seeing amongst your friends. Stress levels are about to get really high. I've got you. You're going to need, if you've been relaxing and enjoying your summer, it's about time to kick it in. I've got all the energy you need right here. Or more appropriately, if you've been partying all summer and put on the freshman 10 over the summer, I've got what you need. The kids are going to be back to school. Let's get back on a routine. Let's support each other. Every day of the week, you guys have E60 to pull from. Every day of the week, you can start someone on E60. When someone's like, oh my gosh, we've been on vacation, we've had company, we've just been home for the summer, so we've been eating out a lot, or like everyone has something that they're doing. It's okay. Let's start E60. Let's start it August 7th. Let's start it like whatever. You can control that. You have a customer group. I know we're not all on the same exact team, so everyone might have a different group, but I know for our team specifically, we have a group that feeds off of E60. Like we can talk about E60. We have trackers. We have story templates. You guys have all kinds of stuff. You can help anybody start anytime. Now, with that said, you also have detox. And as kids are thinking when it's going back to school time, it's time to detox. All those moms, because I know them because they're my friends, they've been on a pool float drinking their seltzers, spiked seltzers, and they're bloated and they're like, all the things, right? They've had fun all summer. And now they're like, oh my gosh, we got to get it together. We got to get these, got to straighten the house up, got to get the kids together. Now's the time to start talking about detox. I know for, again, our customer group, we're going to run a detox group. It's going to start August 15th. But even if you don't have a customer group, you're a promoter. You have the cloud. You have the ability to get people started on detox right away. A 10-day detox is an awesome thing to help people with. You can, like, let's say you just have 1 or 2 customers that want to do it with you. Write their names down on your calendar every day. Sandra's on day 1, Lisa's on day 3. Sandra's on day 2, Lisa's on day 4, and check in with them. Here's a recipe I found for you. Hey, how are you feeling? You can walk people through the 10-day detox anytime. And it's the perfect excuse to get them into Le-Vel. You guys, I have done detox now 3 times. No, yeah, something like that. And when somebody really wants to do it, because I really wanted to do it the first time and I really wanted to do it the last time, the one in the middle, not so much. When somebody really wants to do it and they're really following along and they're really being supported along the way, it's a game changer. People get introduced to how amazing the products are, how simple the products are, how you've shared pictures on your social media of people losing 7 to 13 pounds of sheer it over 10 days for detox. And it's happening in real life for them. And now they know you're not just making it up. You're not just selling some, I don't know, what do they call that? Witch's brew on, on the side of the road. Like, you actually have a product in a company that works. So use the fact that even though technically the seasons aren't changing, life seasons are changing because kids are getting ready to go back to school soon. So take advantage of detox, take advantage of E60. When I was doing E60, May and June, I was so diligent about sharing my E60 checkoff, on my stories every day. And then I kind of forgot because I'm really doing E90 because I'm going to do the detox again. And I just realized the other day, I was like, I haven't shared the E60 check off thing in a long time. So shame on me. Like, I've missed that. I have missed talking about E60. I mean, granted, I was on E75 or whatever, but I could have been talking about it. So I think one of the trickier things with being a promoter is that we actually have so many tools that sometimes it gets hard to stay on track. So I want you to pick, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on trying to get people in detox? Are you going to focus on getting people started on E60? And here's the kicker, you guys, except with detox, because you only do it 90 days, you got to do it too. You got to be a product of the products. You got to be right in there with them. If you're going to tell people how great E60 is, you better be talking about E60 and you better be doing E60, right? You better be sharing that tracker. You better be saying, hey, I'm on day 8 of E60. I'm on day 39 of E60. Show people that you're really doing it. And then it can just still be like your regular stories on Instagram and Facebook during the day, but you could throw in an E60 day 5, E60 day 39. And so it's still you living your life. They're still watching, but they're also seeing you're doing what you talk about. Now for me in August, I'm going to do the detox again, but 12 days ago, Samantha did the July detox. And so I'm sharing her results with people. I'm showing people what happened. You can probably go into Facebook and just type in 10-day detox and start looking for pictures of people, make sure they're actual thrivers, some before and afters, things like that. And you can start sharing that and saying, hey, we got a detox group starting August 15th. I made a post about it today. You can look at what I said. Please don't copy it word for word. But take from that as inspiration and then make your own post, because even if you're not going to be able to, and you can even say, I did detox last month, or I can't detox again till September, but we have this great group starting. There's always something going on to help people get started. I make the mistake constantly of getting my life and my job confused, if that makes sense. So if I'm detoxing, I'm excited about it. If I'm E16, I'm excited about it. When I wasn't technically E16, because we were basically going to E90 at that point, I didn't know to even be excited about it. And I missed that opportunity. So separate your life from your job. Always remember you have E60 to help someone get started. And again, I think it's probably the time of the year, but I keep reading on Facebook from, oh my gosh, we've been to so many concerts and been camp, and I've got to get it together. I gotta get back on the treadmill. When people say stuff like that, but oh my gosh, I totally get it. I was feeling the exact same way. I just decided to get back on E60. Leave it at that. Let them be like, what is E60? What do you mean? What is this E60 you're getting back on? Or, I totally get it. I felt the same way. That's why I decided to go ahead and order it. August 15th, I'm going straight into 10-day detox. You guys, people may have heard you talk for a really long time about Thrive, 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 Thrive. They may have heard the neighbor lady who was crazy talk about Thrive, 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 Thrive. And they may think that Thrive is just a cult with a bunch of crazy people. But E60 is exciting. 10-day detox is exciting. It just means something different because it triggers something in their brain. It's a short period of time. I'm going to get myself together. And now is the time to be talking about that. So I'm so glad that Sandra Dobike is on here because a couple of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight are some ideas that Sandra is doing. So actually, would you like to share? First, I'll tell you what they are. Okay. Because she's like looking at me like, I don't even know. So Sandra has done very successfully, I might add, Thrive Bite nights, where she's just invited Thrivers over and potential Thrivers over to her kitchen to whip up a batch of Thrive Bites. And if you don't know what Thrive Bites are, it's basically some oatmeal, some honey, some peanut butter, flaxseed, probably something I'm forgetting, chocolate chips, or you can leave them out, and Thrive lifestyle mix added in. So they're little power bites, right? And you can just mix them right there, roll them into balls, and you can chit chat away. Obviously, product is sitting out. Obviously, we can talk about the benefits of Thrive and share very naturally. So she has done that very successfully. I'll let her talk about that. She is also getting ready to do a shake, a Saturday shake. Saturday or Sunday. It's Saturday, wasn't it? Saturday. A Saturday shake day. So like earlier in the day, she's going to invite people over and make like smoothies and shakes. You guys, that is so creative. Like I'm not as creative. So when I hear people do stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I better write that crap down. But one other thing that I thought was super important to share with you guys for power planning, because, we look at the whole week on Sundays. At least I hope you are. I hope you're looking at your whole week right now and thinking, what am I doing on Monday for my business outside of your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Are you doing anything this week outside of your normal 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for your business? Are you going to a local? Are you going to go live? What are you going to do? Well, Sandra came to me and Lindsay over the weekend and said, hey, I've been, looking ahead. She didn't say these exact words, but clearly she was looking ahead at her calendar for this week. Her Thrive anniversary is this week, and she wants to celebrate it and to do something special. So she's already planned to do a live all about her Thrive anniversary. Now, she could have waited until tomorrow to be like, oh, you know what? Today's my Thrive anniversary. I should do something about that. And they get busy. And then at lunch, we're like, what should I do about that? And they get busy, be like, oh, I kind of missed it. Oh, well. But she didn't. She looked at her calendar ahead of time, looked ahead, planned ahead, and has it all figured out. So that kudos for that. But Sandra, will you talk about the success? Because when I say success, the girl's gotten 4 new customers from her Thrive Bite night. So take it away. You got to unmute yourself though, I think.
Okay, so this is the second network marketing business I've ever been in. And the first one I joined like 29 years ago. And it was one where I took all the accoutrements, I cooked in front of people. Y'all can already begin to imagine what it was that I did. And I moved that business into 2 different states. And then when we moved here, I was like, I ain't moving that business again. So I hadn't done anything since then. But we know from me being a teacher that the more hands-on people are, the more fun it is, the more involved they are. And I was talking with one of my promoters back in the early spring, and she was like, I want to do some kind of a get together because she's never able to come to ours on Thursday nights. And she's like, I want to do something. And she goes, but I just don't have a lot of room at my house. I said, well, we can do it at mine. And so I threw out the idea of the Thrive Bites. So we did just a small gathering like on a Saturday morning. And so then I hadn't done one since then. And that one, she came away with a brand new customer underneath her. And then I came away with a new order as well. And the whole thing was really to benefit her, but it worked out to both of our advantages. So then when I was home in Texas, I knew that there were a lot of people who wanted to come see my house. And so nosiness is a good thing. And so we did a Thrive Local at a Mexican restaurant with Susan and some other promoters and so forth. And that was successful. But I planned my own event at my house. And I knew how many people could fit around my island. This is an event that you want to keep small. Small is actually better. I would say no more than 6 people. I originally had 13 people RSVP to the one at my house, and I was starting to suck air because I'm like, this is going to be too many people. And it ended up being just a crazy, crappy hot day that day. Due to different things that were happening, several people dropped out. That was a good thing. So I had Lindsay there, Gigi was there, she hung out with Gunner. But anyway, I had one already thriving customer at that event and 3 non-thrivers. I had all of the things set out. I mean, y'all, one of those great big huge boxes of not the old fashioned oats. Do you know how far that goes? It will last you for months and months and months. I did ask like one person, I said, could you bring honey? I said, go get it at Aldi. It's super cheap. I even bought the Aldi peanut butter. Y'all, the Aldi peanut butter is super cheap. And it works for this. You can do mini chocolate chips. You could do, and I even created a graphic and I called them Monster Bites. And that way we use the little colored small mini M&Ms. The one thing I don't use is coconut because I don't like coconut, but y'all can use coconut. Okay. And so what that enabled us to do is with that small group is it enabled us to have some really great, meaningful conversations, not only for myself, but Lindsay was getting to interact and chat with these girls. And a couple of these girls had some really serious health concerns. And so I was able, and Tammy had even been in a group chat with both of them in the past. But it was that meeting somebody face to face, one-on-one that you could have those conversations with. And lo and behold, I believe it was like the next day, one of them ordered. And then within like another week, the other one ordered. And then the third person who was at that event actually just ordered this past week. She's actually starting on Uwe. Okay, not typically what we start people with, but there are some extenuating circumstances there. And at least I've gotten her off of Monsters. Okay. So then fast forward, I had already decided, okay, like every other month, I'm going to do a different type of event. So I have a Saturday Smoothies with Sandra coming up. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of gearing it towards like, I don't want to say a different promoter, but I am inviting different promoters to be involved with me if they choose to. And if they don't, then it's their loss. I don't mean to sound rude, but it's, other promoters are on my team. Tammy has been invited to every single one, and I'm working with her schedule for the smoothies one because I want her there. And the last one I had, I don't remember what all happened, but it just, with the Thrive Bites, we didn't have quite as many, but you know what? That's okay because it was right before we were leaving for Texas. We needed it small, we needed it simple, or we had just come back. I don't know, but anyway.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So, and somebody was like, I've had people say, well, can you send me the graphic for the recipes? Y'all, guess what? They're all on the Lavelle Instagram page. Scroll back. The one that I have that's a tried and true, I got from Tony Strothman, and it's over in Pinterest land. I mean, just use your imagination. You can take this and tweak it. You can add the little crayon raisins, crayon grape, whatever those things are. You could make strawberry. You could make snickerdoodle ones, I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this. And anytime that you can get people hands-on doing something, creating something, make and take, and they're taking it with them, that is key right then and there.
So something I want to hit on really quick, because this is actually what Paul Gravett said to us when we were in San Diego for the leadership retreat. Lavelle, in case you haven't noticed, is all about getting us back together. They're doing these tours. Like they were just in Tampa last weekend. They were in Nashville, 2 or 3 weekends ago. They are doing these smaller, not necessarily, they're bigger than ours, but they're smaller than theirs. But they're doing these gatherings. They want to get people back into a room. They want to get thrivers back together, because you guys know there's nothing like that energy and that feeling that you get. Even if you're not the thriver in the room, there is no way to, I've watched people sit in locals and literally like start like this and just hate their life. And by the end, they're asking a question or they're talking to somebody. Like there's just no way to deny that energy. Well, what he said, and it stuck with me because I struggle with this whenever we host locals. There's always that little part of you that's like, I want to have the biggest local with all the people and it's going to be amazing. And they're going to put it on the Lavelle fan page. And I've been to some of those. And I can tell you, we did not get any new customers from those. It was just a promoter party, which there's a time and a place. And I love a promoter party. He said, never have more non-thrivers than you do thrivers. So if you got one non-thriver in the room, you need 2 or 3 thrivers in the room with you. So even if you have this get together and only maybe you and your upline and one of your downlines come, that's 3. Okay. You've got enough people there to support 1 to 2 non-thrivers. You don't want a ton of people, especially in the Thrive Bite evening or afternoon, whatever, is just such a fun way to, like Sandra said, you're hands on, you're being crafty, you're talking. It inevitably will bring up food allergies, food concerns. So I know the one that I was at, immediately the conversation around honey, we were talking about calories, good sugars versus bad sugars. That'll tell you right then and there who's worried about gaining weight and losing weight, who's learned some about it and who hasn't. I walked in with my vegan chocolate mix. Right there, we've got a food allergy. I did not. So it just is such a natural way to have a conversation with somebody about the things that we talk about a lot in three-way chats. But it's very casual and laid back. If you don't want honey, that's okay. Well, whatever. Or, oh, you need gluten-free oats. Okay, cool. We'll get those out for you. And I loved, and I think this is very powerful. So make sure you're thinking about this when you're hosting these events, you guys. Sandra asked them to bring something. If I have said I will bring the honey, and at the last minute I don't want to go, I'm showing up because I got the honey. And that feeling when you get invited to something and you're like, I'm going, oh, I don't want to go. But if I have the honey, I'm coming. If I have the oatmeal, I'm coming. If I'm in charge of the mini chocolate chips, damn it, I'm going. Right. So that is very powerful too. And everyone likes to help. So I guess what I'm asking you to do is look at your week. You've got 1 week left in July. Do you have one night, one afternoon? What could you do different that you've never tried before? Could you just make some Thrive Bites and take them to the neighbors, right? Everybody, like, people take cookies to people when they move in, or people take cookies to their neighbor because they watch the dog while they were whatever. Make some Thrive Bites, take them over and just say, hey, here's what's in them. And I even threw in a packet of this protein that I used in here so you could look at it and know that it's good. And if you want, you can make more. Here's the recipe, or you can drink it. Like, our only job is to get Thrive in people's hands. It's GPOT, get people on Thrive. Sandra said her customer started on OUI. Is that the 3 steps? No, but is that a Lavelle product? Yeah. Is she going to figure out how great everything is? Yes. It's, I've said this and I don't mean it offensively, but I call it the gateway. Like, it's the gateway drug. Like I always say, you don't smoke pot because then before you know it, you'll be on cocaine. Well, as far as I'm concerned, if she's going to start on OUI, before you know it, she's going to be on 3 steps. Something. We've had people join, or we've had people become Thrivers because they just wanted Rest Gel, and now they're promoters. Like, one of the promoters on our team is amazing, and she was only here because she wanted to try Rest Gel. So never underestimate the value of the plus line products, and never underestimate getting people started any way, shape, or form that they're comfortable with. Maybe somebody is super psyched about having a smoothie. I know Sonia Whalen, when I first started just training her, she is a smoothie girl. She's got smoothies in her life. She would be one that would be like, oh, a smoothie day. That's kind of cool. We're going to learn a new smoothie recipe and hang out with people that I know a couple of them. I'm a cookie girl. You tell me that a Monster Bite or a Thrive Bite's like a cookie, I'm coming over. I'm not shy. I'll eat a cookie, right? So just get creative. Look at your schedule. Your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a non-negotiable. That's like when you get to work at your regular job, there are things that are just non-negotiable. And then there's special projects that you get put to work on. What is your special project for this week? What are you going to do? Can you interview a couple of people this week about their favorite Thrive product? Or can you interview your upline about how they got into the business and what it's done for them? Can you go live at maybe there is a Thrive local near you this week? Can you go live? Can you go live making your shake this week? What is something special and different that you don't do all the time? And now that we're throwing this all out there, we got August coming. What can you start thinking about for August? Sandra's already got her smoothies with Sandra figured out. Smoothies and Sonia rhymes too. So it doesn't really rhyme, but it's the S thing. So what could you do? I mean, Olivia, I'm looking at Olivia's little face down here. Thrive Bites would be an amazing thing for moms to get together to make for the football games, to have those snacks. I mean, you're just constantly need to be like, I'm just thinking of my nephews, they constantly need food when school and sports are starting. You could get a group of moms together to do that. Like, there are so many things that you guys could do together with non-Thrivers that is more natural and so much more comfortable than like, let's sit in a circle and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you kind of thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so if you have assigned the products, the different things to each person, you've assigned something to somebody and you just know that they're the ones who are most likely to back out, make sure you have that on hand. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
just in case. And then don't be afraid to invite someone that you've created a relationship with on social media and so forth. I mean like, okay, I say this but also be cautious, but don't be afraid to invite somebody that you've never actually met in person, because one of the girls who came to my event in June, she and I had been talking together on social media for a year and a half. I knew her husband, but I had never actually met her face to face until she showed up on my front door that night.
Yes.
And
oh, go ahead.
It was precious.
Yeah. And I know what you're saying about being cautious too, because it's most likely at your home or your customer's home. But yeah, if it's that random weirdo who says he's in the army, don't invite him. But if he's, the friend of the friend of the friend, you can confirm it. I think it's okay. Olivia says, best believe I'm going to make some tomorrow night and take him to camp. She means football camp. On Tuesday, make sure Gavin eats them in front of everybody. I'm so glad football starts back this week, and I'm much more comfortable with football moms and have built that relationship to do that. I would even say, Olivia, I would even say, as Gavin's eating them and saying they're good, be like, you guys, we should get together and just make a bunch of these one night. Who's up for it? Or let's get together and make these. I forget what the Pee Wee program is. I feel like it was Saturday games, if I remember correctly. But like, let's get together on Friday night and get a bunch of these made for the Pee Wee game Saturday, whatever it is. Because I do think them seeing it is good, but I'm telling you, standing around, mixing it in the bowl. And when people see our lifestyle mix pour out for the first time, because they're expecting a nasty protein powder to be clumpy and gross, it looks, you guys all know it looks so different because it is different. That is also a moment where they're like, oh, wow, that mixes in really good. What you want to say, girl? I saw that face.
I love that you assume I want to say something because I popped my face on here, but you're not wrong. So I remember last year we were always complaining about gaining weight during football season because practices are from 6 to 8:30. So there is literally no dinner between that. You either eat before and risk your kid getting sick, being out in the hot sun, or you eat super late, which everybody knows is actually not that great for you. So I could even doing snacks and having the boys making their own, like letting the boys make their own Thrive Bites instead of us doing it, while we try to like meal prep or, put our heads together to actually do dinners during practice or something like that.
That's a great idea.
I like it mine.
Her brain is rolling now. I hope all of you girls are rolling now. Sandra says, I have a graphic in Canva I can send you all that you can tweak and edit to make it your own. That would be amazing. Thank you. How could you share that? I guess just get a hold of Sandra, because I don't think you could go into my YouTube and share, you know what I mean? Like once I post it, whatever. Okay, so I'm over time. Sorry, I got chatty tonight, but I just want you guys to start thinking out of the box. Like, we have power plans during the week where it's like, okay, we're going to work for an hour. We're going to send this message. We're going to do that. That's your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You are working on your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The reason we get together on Sunday is to think ahead, to think beyond. Like, you're welcome. We need to think beyond what we're doing. And I'm going to share with you guys real quick this calendar that's on my wall. I don't know if I share this or not. So we have our customer group, and there's 3 of us that are in charge of posting in that group. And that's just one of the many things in life that I'm in charge of during the day, right? I'm sure you all relate to like the many things you're responsible for. So if need be, make a calendar, and let me see. So it even says set up Sunday is the post and who was responsible for it. Make it Monday. So if you guys need help keeping track of all the things you need to get done, I cannot encourage you not to write them down. They don't have to be pretty and look like this. This was just me going above and beyond. But have them written down. So a lot of times you're looking at your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's like 3 social media posts. That's a great start. But is it Tuesday? Is it Transformation Tuesday? Is it Testimonial Tuesday? Is it Water Wednesday? Is it Workout Wednesday? Like, give yourself other things to feed off of. Is my post today a reel, or is my post going to be, if I'm going to talk about samples 4 days a week, on Monday is the sample going to be in the reel, and on Wednesday the sample is going to show up in my stories, and on Friday I'm going to talk about a sample in my post. If you can start spending time before the week or the month and just start. And you don't even have to be precise about it. You guys just literally take a blank calendar or take your planner you have and just start writing that down. Tomorrow, when the shit hits the fan at 2 o'clock at work because somebody forgot something and somebody's late and there's a deadline and blah, 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 the part doesn't come. Instead of panicking and being like, oh my gosh, what am I even going to do with my 543s? You already know that you were going to talk about Makeover Monday, and you've got all these pictures of people's detox because you're going to talk about detox, right? Like you already know, or you're going to make it Monday, and you already have a reel or a story or something saved where you made something. Like make it easy on yourself. And I will throw out one last thing really quick, and then I'm going to get off here. Those of you in boot camp know we do 2 reels a day. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. I've been in boot camp now since February 14th. Reshare some of your old reels. Do not put the pressure on yourself every single day. Like if I'm able, like if it's a normal day and I have it planned out and it's working well, but if it's a day where things are not going well, reshare an old reel. Go into your Instagram, click on the reel, click the 3 dots, say save to camera roll if you don't still have it saved, and then just reshare that bad boy as a brand new reel. And you'll be shocked. I've had some reels that did horrible when like maybe I shared them on Tuesday to 2 o'clock, but I reshared it on a Saturday at noon. They do completely different. So be smart. I am a huge fan of Facebook memories. I check it every day because there are times where I'm like, dang, that was a good post, Tammy, from like 2 or 3 years ago. I save it. I don't reshare it on the exact same day because I'm just afraid someone else is I don't know, but I share it. And then I make a note in my calendar, saved post, and what day I'm going to reshare it. And then I don't even have to think. I just go and it's in my saved post on Facebook and I can redo it. So smarter, not harder, but always be thinking ahead. Lavelle could right now tell you, they won't, but they could right now tell you the entire calendar for 2023. They could tell you all the promos they're doing. They know when they're going to be launching products. They know all of that. They already have that drafted out because they're running a business. Well, guess what? You're running a business too. So if you can draft out your week ahead of time and you can go into your week knowing what you're doing versus reacting to what's happening around you, you'll see your stress level will go down, and B, you'll see a difference in your business. I feel like when you do that, that leaves you more time to be creative and come up with stuff like Sandra's outings, or not outings, but you know what I mean, gatherings. So, okay. So anyway, I'm going to put this recording up on YouTube. You're welcome to come back and watch it. And then if you want Sandra's Canva graphic, get a hold of Sandra Dilbeck. Bye.